Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 32nd tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we're going to see how we can create layers using CSS. And for this tutorial I've created a file called layers.html, and inside this document within the body section I have a bunch of div tags, and then each div tag has some content, has an image basically. So again, I'm using image of my favorite four tennis players: Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Andy Murray. And we've seen these images used in one of the tutorials in this course earlier, but now we are going to illustrate a new property. We are going to understand a new concept, and we are also going to check out a new property basically. So the property that we're going to check out is Z index, and it is typed as Z and then a hyphen and index. And I haven't created a style section for this document because we want individual style rules to be applied to each of the div tags pairs. So for the first div tag, the position is fixed, and I have a margin of 100 pixels from the top and 450 pixels from the left, and just ignore the values for Z index for the time being. And then for the second bunch of div tags, I have a margin of 220 pixels from the top and 280 pixels from the left, and so on and so forth. You can see that I have some top and left margins for the other two sets of div tags as well. So when we see this page in the browser, assuming that you have the images in your folder, the same folder as you have your HTML file, this is how it looks. So it's a nice looking collage basically, of the four tennis players. And you can see here that Andy Murray's image is on top of Roger Federer's image as well as Rafael Nadal's image, and Novak Djokovic's image is over Roger Federer's image, but it is under Rafael Nadal's image, and Nadal's image is over Djokovic's image, but it is under Andy Murray's image, and it's also over Federer's image. So, if you want to get this kind of effect in images that you're using, or if you have paragraphs of text, you could use the Z index property with text as well. Though what you have to do is you basically have to control the values of Z index. So the higher the Z index, the more prominent your element is going to be. So in this case for Andy Murray, I have a Z index of 4. That's why Andy Murray's image is over the images of all the other three tennis players. But if suppose you want Novak Djokovic's image to be, the most prominent, then you could give Djokovic's, the div tags corresponding to Novak Djokovic, the value 4 for the Z index property, and you could just reduce the value for Andy Murray. You could maybe make it 1, and if suppose you want Federer's image to be the second most prominent, then you could put a value 2 for the Z index corresponding to Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal can probably have the value 3. And when I would refresh this page, we would see that Djokovic's image is now over Rafa's image. It is also over Federer's image, and Federer's image is also over Rafa's image. That probably you can't make out because the pixel or the place at which Federer's image is starting is the same as where Rafa's image is beginning. So these two images are side by side, and thus you cannot make a difference here. But I hope you've got the point now. Using Z index, you could control um the positions in a way of your elements, so that they can be more prominent or less prominent as compared to the other elements that you have on your page, right? And this can give you some layer kind of an effect on your web